Hey, what's going on everyone? Vig here for SerpentX Tech, and as I teased in a previous video where we were talking about running Bitcoin transactions through our Bitcoin node, we got ourselves something in this box. And subscribers should already know exactly what it is, but let's go ahead and turn it over. That's right, a FutureBit Apollo 2. This is the latest and greatest miner that they have. Performance-wise, it basically replaces my 3 Apollo miners, right, with the full node and 2 standard nodes. Better hash rate, bigger package, the Apollo 2. And so I need to cut there and there. We're going to unbox this thing, take a look at it, talk specs, and go through the setup process. For some reason, the audio cut off on this clip, but I just wanted to talk about some of the marketing features on this box because the FutureBit team did a really good job. They actually have some of the Bitcoin white paper on the side of the box itself, as well as the statement that you see there. And I just found that very intriguing that they included that in their actual packaging of this Apollo 2. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's almost too big to fit in my hand, but I was able to pull it out. And you can see there's some vents on the top. As well, I'm going to show you in a little bit some vents at the bottom, because this system draws air from the bottom and then blows it out kind of towards the top, but mostly towards the back when we turn this device around. It is a full node, and you can see some of the heatsink kind of like popping out through there. There's a few daughter boards and everything, but the full node capability, we got HDMI, we got headset microphone. We got 3 USB ports, 2, all of them Type A, but 2 for connecting like our standard nodes, our Ethernet, and then 1 for like basically management of like console management, so to speak. And obviously it takes the normal power cable that we find, but look at how big this heatsink is. Absolutely giant. And then down here at the bottom, we got our NVMe storage to house our Bitcoin blockchain, which is getting pretty big, over 600 gigabytes right now, and over the years probably going to get bigger. And then you can see the board there that's housing the micro SD. That micro SD actually has the Apollo 2 OS on it that I showed you how to upgrade it in a previous video. But look at the heat pipes on that thing. It just looks absolutely glorious and beautiful. I think I counted at the time, if the audio worked in this video, 6 heat pipes, but it might just be 4, with 2 of them circling the entire heatsink itself. But that heatsink in the very back there is where all the heat comes out. So there's the intake. You can see multiple daughter boards, connections, power delivery, 4-pin PWM for the fan. It looks like the bottom here comes off, like those little feet might be hiding some screws, and then that bottom plate comes out. Not sure if we're going to do a teardown, but if we do, stay tuned to the channel. And then you can see there that heatsink with the fan showing on the other side. So this thing is giant compared to the original Apollo 1. Better hash rate, better efficiency. And besides the main miner in the box, you're going to get, a welcome card, I guess you could say, a quick start or get started like handbook or manual. And then this is the SAT card where you can actually use it. So it's NFC capable, and you can actually send funds and then spend it using this card. It's pretty cool. Stats card, CoinKite. Check out statscard.com/start if you're interested. If you want to deposit some Bitcoin in there, pause the screen and go ahead and get that QR code. And then besides that, you're just going to get the power cord to power this device on. And now we are all set up. We have the standard one connected via USB. We got our power, we got our Ethernet. Everything is good to go. So just need to flip the power switch. You can see it coming online now. Network. Ooh, listen to those fans. Okay, so airflow is sucking in through the vents in the bottom here and maybe the top. And it's all coming out this back port right here. Need to log in via IP so I can manage both of these. I'm hoping it does wake that guy up. Oh, wait. Duh. I need to turn on the power for the other guy. So let's go ahead and do that now. These guys are not going to be synced up anymore. So there we go. And just to look at the old one, here's the old node. This is the Apollo 1. There's the 1 terabyte NVMe, your Raspberry Pi type device that has the micro SD for the firmware, or the Apollo or FutureBit OS. And then underneath that silvery section are the chips that does all the hashing. These are just daughter boards and connected to one another, but you get the same headset mic, HDMI, you get a Type-C connector, USB Type A times 2, micro USB to connect or hook up if you really needed to, Ethernet, and then another USB. And then it powers either it actually powers through these two 6 pins right here, but what I did is I converted the Server Powersupply to dual 6 pins. So now it's just a matter of logging in and setting up this device. Let's switch over to the computer. And now here we are on our computer. You can use Angry IP Scanner or whatever software you have. I even just use my router. I log in and try to find the IP of the miner. We found it. And here is the startup process. Very similar to my previous video where I showed you how to upgrade from the legacy FutureBit OS or the Apollo OS to the new one. This is the new one. So start setup process. We could choose solo mining or pooled mining. Now solo mining will actually mine through your own node, right? It's going to sync the node and it's going to mine directly through it. The node's going to take a while. This is the first time setting it up for it to sync with the Bitcoin blockchain. In this case, I'm just going to choose pooled mining and put in the pool that I want. I want to use CK pool is the one that I want. It doesn't have it here, so we'll set up custom, and then we'll put in the solo.ckpool.org:3333. You can put in whatever you want, but I already have like my wallet and everything. See, Apollo X, and then password, whatever you want it to be. And then next, password. This is the password to log into this particular miner. Set it up however you want. Make sure it's nice and secure. Now, if you did log into it via PuTTY, which is what I do, the username on the Linux OS that's pre-built into this thing is FutureBit. And then it will be whatever password you set. There we go. Now start mining. It's going to ask us to log in. Put in that same password you just typed in. And here we are. This is the dashboard. If I move out of your way, we're on light mode right now, but I'm going to go to dark mode. Then you have the power button right here next to it. And then you can see the status of your miner as well as the network. And right now it's not synced because this miner is just now coming online. If we go to node, there you go. Your node is not running. If we go to system settings, because that's where I like to always check everything, select pool. I don't know why it changed off. Nope, but it's there. Okay, cool. But the node is not synced up. We're going to choose Tor, allow LAN connections, because I'm probably going to want it to sync my my various blockchain transactions. And when we do save, we're going to have to do save and restart. So I definitely want to update the RPC information that I showed you in a previous video when you're using your node, your own full node, to process your Bitcoin transactions. You can see the hash rate's already showing up in the top right. The system allows you to, scan Wi-Fi if you want to connect over Wi-Fi rather than Ethernet, which I may do. Change the password. Extra config allows you to back up the settings or format the node or the SSD, the NVMe drive, syncing the Bitcoin blockchain, or restore settings. And then miner, you got eco, balance, turbo, and then custom. Custom, we could do some overclocking. We might explore that in a future video. But for right now, that's all that you get under the settings section. System, pretty cool. You get to see this nice little graphic user interface where we can see the CPU usage. You can see the memory usage, system disk space, so on and so forth. I don't think we need to upgrade our NVMe 1 terabyte drive just yet. But if the Bitcoin blockchain gets that big, I might upgrade it to 2 terabytes in the future. But right now it's not needed. So we need to let the node sync up, but it is hashing away, mining through the pool that we set up, the CK solo pool, at 326 watts at 5.63 terahash. I'm pretty sure we can overclock that. And things are settling in nicely. We're around 7.8 terahash at 315 watts, about 318 watts, which is 0.0412 as far as efficiency. So this thing is pretty powerful, pretty efficient. The node is still having trouble. I need to figure out what exactly is going on. All right, restarted, and it says starting Bitcoin node. Your node will be available in a moment. Please hold. And I'm still trying to get the standard unit, which is connected via USB, to be detected. Now, I might reach out to the FutureBit team, because you can get the standard version of the FutureBit Apollo 2 and connect it to this original, full node of the Apollo 2, and it works. So I don't see why you can't connect the old one and automatically kick on. But definitely having some issues. I'm just going to give the node some time to kick on. Be patient with it. And if you have issues like you're experiencing, like I'm experiencing, let me know in the comments. But I think we're going to wrap it up there. Miner is super efficient. Love the GUI. Love the interface. Get a lot more information here than we did with the Apollo 1. And maybe we'll explore, overclocking or pushing the limits on this particular guy and cooling with that beefy heatsink on it in a future video. But that's going to do it for today. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And you just have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.